What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Horizon Comix. Once again, I am the creator of Horizon Comix, Joey M. Lang. And it is finally here, Horizon Comix Reveal Week. That's right, Reveal Week is officially underway, and I could not be more excited. It's been a passion project of mine that I've been working on ever since the release of Horizon Comix Spectrum, picking out any spare moment or minute that I can out of any day between working Monday to Friday, wrestling on the weekends, and family life everywhere in between. But finally, it is here, and without any further ado, I proudly introduce to you Horizon Comix Shadow Puppet. But before we go any further, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of what to expect out of each of these videos each day for the next 7 days. Naturally, number one, I'm going to reveal and introduce the hero. Secondly, I'm going to give you guys a detailed read into their bio, which will also be posted on each of our social media platforms. 3, I'm going to give you some of the inspirations that went into that character when I was creating it. And finally, number 4, I'm going to look at some possible stories that we can insert that hero into if said hero gets the majority vote at the end of the voting period. With all that said, it's enough preamble. Let's learn a little bit more about Landon Law, aka Shadow Puppet. As I mentioned, Shadow Puppet's secret identity is Landon Law. He's 28 years old, 6 feet 2 inches tall, and weighs 180 pounds. His powers and abilities include the ability to cast hard shadow constructs from the shadow puppets he makes with his hands. He's able to control others by touching their shadows. He's an excellent strategist, proficient hand-to-hand combatant, and has an abnormally high intelligence. Landon Law is the legacy of the most revered family of lawyers in Canada. He's the son of the late Lawrence Law and the nephew of Leland Law, co-founders of Law Brothers Law Firm, the most successful law firm in Canada. Following a shocking and treacherous turn of events, Landon found himself clinging to life and drifting down the Bayou St. John in New Orleans. He was rescued by an old tattooed hermit living in the swamp. The hermit tattooed Landon's entire hands with a magical substance known as voodoo ink, granting him his extraordinary powers so he may return home to exact justice on the man who left him for dead. Assuming the alter ego Shadow Puppet, Landon Law now protects the citizens of General City from in and out of the courtroom. And just like that, you all know a little bit more about Shadow Puppet. Now, I want to go over some of the inspirations that led me to the creation of Shadow Puppet. The first thing that draws my attention in the Shadow Puppet design is that massive collar. I needed something to be like a standout feature in the character, and I'm a huge fan of the whole high collar trope in the 90s, like character designs, like how they've been drawing Doctor Strange for a while, or like Spawn with that massive collar and cape. In fact, the Shadow Puppet original design had a cape, but I nixed that just because it was too Doctor Strangey and Spawny, and I wanted to stand out on its own. So I kept the collar, and that was that. But what really came together to make the final idea for the concept of Shadow Puppet was it was around the time when Star Wars The Force Awakens was in theater, and I'd gone to see it for the second time with my dad. And with my dad, he has this thing where he likes to get to theaters stupid early. Like, I'm talking a half an hour, 45 minutes before the movie to get your seats. And this is way pre-COVID. So we got there early, and the theater room was empty, pitch black. We had to use the flashlights on our phone to get to our seats. And we got to our seats, and I started playing with the flashlight, pointing it at the screen, making like shadow puppets with my hands. And I was working on this dog shadow puppet when this 16-year-old, I'm assuming 16-year-old employee at the theater came in and practically crapped his pants at this giant wolf dog head barking at him on the screen, runs out, and I hear him telling his other coworkers about it. And It was hilarious. And shortly before that, I had finally gotten around to watching the Disney movie Princess and the Frog with my girlfriend at the time, wife now. I was really, really drawn to the villain. What was his name? Dr. Facilier. He's like this voodoo magic guy in New Orleans. And I fell in love with the concept. I absolutely loved the character. He was so intriguing to me. So after that, I tied all those things together and ultimately came up with what ended up as Shadow Puppet. Furthermore, I decided that his secret identity, Landon Law, would be a lawyer. At first, primarily to have a reason for him to be wearing fancy, well-trimmed suits. But then it also led to a good placement for his base of operations, General City, which I based on the city that I currently live, Oshawa, Ontario, which has the largest courthouse in, I think it's the largest courthouse in Ontario. And I named it General City after Oshawa's hockey team, the Oshawa Generals. So that's where Landon Law came to be and where his base of operations, General City, came to be. Now, at the end of this week in the voting process, if Shadow Puppet does get the majority vote, I have a few ideas of stories to give him a proper debut kicking around in my head. It's going to be an 8-page short story format, similarly to how I did Horizon Comix Spectrum. A few ideas I have are maybe a modern noir style whodunit investigation piece where he's maybe trying to uncover what I plan to be Horizon Comix' major villain organization. There's that. There could be maybe a case of jumping back and forth between different parts of the story. One of Landon Law in the courtroom prosecuting some kind of villain, and then a shot over to another villain or the same villain that he's chasing, but as Shadow Puppet. So those are a couple ideas I have for a possible debut for Shadow Puppet in Horizon Comix. And that's all we got for you guys today. This has been a detailed look at Horizon Comix' newest hero, Shadow Puppet. Please come back tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys so I can reveal the next character of Horizon Comix Reveal Week to you guys. I'm so excited to show you guys this character. And all the 5 other characters after that, of course. But honestly, this wouldn't be possible without all your engagement. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please leave a comment below with your feedback. Let me know if you like Shadow Puppet. Let me know if you don't. I really appreciate it either way. It means a lot. And what also means a lot is if you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Give us a follow. Follow this week, and I promise you won't regret it. So with all that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow, just over the horizon.